What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Okay, guys, so we're here in the planet Jupiter, which people have pointed out is a gas giant, which is true. Oh, you know what? I guess I must have, like, mob sounds turned off or something. Let me double check this. No, the mob sounds are there. I just didn't hear the spider. So yeah, this is a gas giant. But there are monsters, apparently, and there's creepers. Let's get a wave for that creeper John Cena's us. I assume that's a John Cena. I'm not sure. But anyway, what we need to do is we need to go defeat the dungeon on this planet and get the schematic for the next planet. I think I will set a waypoint here just so I know in case I have to come back and use this thing. So let's do new. We'll call this exit. Save. Close. Okay, so that's our exit point. We need to head over to these dungeons. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing that we've done before. We have to do this on pretty much every single planet, is go to these dungeons, fight the boss. The bosses pretty much repeat themselves. I don't think there's anything unique that we haven't seen yet. So yeah, whoa, that fireball just like went flying. So here we go, back into one of these dungeons once again. All right, let's just speed through this. We could sit there and break all the spawners and stuff. If we need spawners for making power spawners, we definitely know where to go for those. But yeah, let's just get through this dungeon, try and get to the end. I don't think there's anything in there that I want. Maybe the music disc? I don't think I really want the music disc though. Okay, no spawners here. And name tag, unknown dimlet. There's really, at this point, I don't think any of that stuff is something that we want. Okay, so we got the creeper boss. So this is the one. Creeper, please. This is the one we're supposed to shoot the stuff back at the boss. What are you doing? Boss broken? So it's supposed to be shooting TNT at us, and we're supposed to be shooting it back at the boss. I wonder if okay, boss despawn. Don't leave the boss room while fighting. Re-enter room to respawn the boss. Why does it keep getting stuck in the ceiling? Okay, well, we're supposed to fight the boss. Can I maybe break the block? Is it stuck in the block? It doesn't know about me anymore. We're supposed to fight the boss. Kill them. Oh, there it is. I got it out of the ceiling. There we go. Fixed it. So yeah, we're supposed to fight the boss, kill it, get the schematic for the next rocket, and then we can continue on with our Galactic Craft journey. So this should unlock, I think, the tier 6 rocket. I believe we need to get to tier 7. Yeah, so that boss really isn't that difficult. I'll take the yellow heart, and we'll take these things because why not? And then we gotta wait for the key. After it explodes, there it is. Cool. All right, so let's go collect our rewards. There's the chest. This is called Jupiter Dungeon Brick. So each planet apparently has its own different dungeon brick. All right, so what do we got in here? We got a NASA workbench schematic tier 5. It was tier 5, not tier 6. I was incorrect. There's music discs and stuff. I guess if we wanted this, I think we're fine. At this point, I think we're just gonna leave that alone. So we have a charm dislocation where we can just warp right back to the base. So let's do that. Cool. All right, so now that we have the tier 5 schematic unlocked, we can put that over here in our NASA workbench. Next. Yeah, so tier 4 was the highest one, so we can put this guy right here, unlock it. Now tier 5 is our last one. Cool. So last time we went and we collected all the different things. So we got the heavy duty plate tier 4s, and then we have the compressed palladium. Yep. I also went back to these different planets, and I have collected a decent amount of the different materials. The only thing we're really kind of missing a little bit of is this meteoric iron. Now this does have a recipe, and you can do it in the induction smelter. But I almost feel like we should go to a planet and farm that stuff. I seem to remember in Galactic Craft, you can go to the asteroids, and there's a bunch of different planets that you can, or I guess, well, asteroids or whatever, but bodies of rock that you can go to, and each contain like either nothing, or some of them have like a large amount of certain resource. You can find ones that have the meteoric iron on it, and if you go there, you can farm it all up, and then you get a lot of the stuff, right? So that might be what we want to do. So I tell you guys what, let me go ahead. I'm going to make all the stuff for the tier 5 rocket. We'll fuel it up, but we might go to the asteroid belt. That only requires a tier 3 rocket. So, you know, if something bad happens, we can, we have like 2 shots at it, right? So we have the tier 3 and the tier 4. Both of those will work for that. Anyway, let me go ahead and start making all the stuff we need for the tier 5, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we got all the parts together for our tier 5 rocket. Let's go ahead and put this together. Yeah, so the sparks, every time you put it in a little piece, there's a little bit of sparks. Kind of cool, I guess. Makes it feel like you're actually welding, you're actually doing something. All right, so here's these different pieces, and there's our tier 5 rocket. Cool. All right, so we got that taken care of. Quest complete, tier 5 rocket. Nice. So we'll stick that in here for now. Let's go and grab our tier 3 rocket. We're gonna head to the asteroid belt. Quest updated tier 5 rocket. So once again, asteroid belt is tier 3. So we should have the correct rocket here. We'll let that fill up. I think that's filling. Yeah, looks like that's fueling up. We'll let that fill up. We're gonna launch. We'll head over to the asteroids. We'll check that out. I do have, yeah, the digital miner and a tesseract on us. So if we do come across the meteoric iron, we can go ahead and mine that out quite quickly and easily. Okay, still doing its thing. Cool. Well, anyway, let's let this fuel up and I'll meet you guys in space. All right, guys, so here we are in space and we're going to go to the asteroid. We'll just click launch. We're in our tier 3 rocket. I forget how this works. I've only been to these asteroids once. Oh, okay, we're in a thing. I guess the world's loading. So it looks like it's going to drop us onto like an ice rock or something. Oh, man. This could be bad. Oh, it stopped us right here. Okay, that's fine. Can I get out of this thing? Okay, and we can fly. Cool. Let's go back into, it always puts you in like the F5 mode or whatever. So launch pad and our rocket. I guess I'll take this back. Did I get that? Maybe I did. No, it doesn't look like I got that. Okay, so anyway, let's put these things away so in case we die or whatever, we still have access to them. Okay, so this is the asteroid area. So some of these are ice rocks and some of them are not. I guess I will mark waypoint new. Let's call this spawn. Just so I have a general idea of like which way I've gone, which way, like if we were going to come back here, we'd end up. So I could set up a waypoint here, or I'm sorry, like a warp thing. I just don't think I'm going to just yet. So the thing that we want to do, we want to bust open some of these. You know what? We just got lucky. I think that is meteoric iron right there. Solid meteoric iron. Okay, so we got super, super, super lucky. Let me grab the golden bag of holding. In here, I have a whole bunch of dev nulls. And then the dev null, we'll put whatever this is, asteroid rock in here. Okay, so let's, there it goes. Okay, so no more of that stuff we have to deal with. Yeah, this is super lucky. Oh my goodness. Because I did this before when I live streamed this mod pack and we did not get that much like that quickly. So this turns into the ingots by itself. So that is really cool. What is this stuff? This is asteroid rock. Okay. So yeah, getting the solid meteoric iron, that is blocks of the meteor stuff already pre-smelted. That is really, really good. Let's try popping open a few of these other ones. Oh, is this one? That looks like it's got the solid meteoric iron in there too. So that's really cool as well. No, that's asteroid rock. Oh, they're both asteroid rocks. Okay. Maybe what we should do is also grab a few more of these dev nulls, fill them up with these different types of rocks. So asteroid rock here. There we go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just grab like the rest of these because I'm sure we're going to be filling up our inventory full of all this other stuff. Oh, this stuff right here does not seem to... Okay, I guess it was just lag. I was going to say that stuff right there doesn't seem to want to break, but I guess it does. All right, so I'll fly around a little bit longer. If we find another meteor that's got a lot more of this stuff in, I'll bring you, or in it, I'll bring you guys back in. But anyway, I'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, guys. Well, I've been flying around here in the asteroid belt. I found a couple of I found a couple of meteors that have nothing in it. This one we just found here has silicon ore, so that's kind of cool. I just came across another one that had some more solid meteoric iron, so we got quite a lot of it now. Yeah, the second one we had like 3 times as much as that first one we found together. I don't know if we need that silicon ore at all. I mean, we can make silicon all we want, so there's no real reason to get that stuff, I don't think. What is this one? This is asteroid rock and asteroid rock. I'm guessing there's gonna be nothing here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, silicon, that's the first one we found with like ores in it, but I think you can find ones that have like iron or copper or whatever. I have seen these random ores around here like this one, so that's just aluminum just kind of floating there. Let's go pop open this one. I got a good feeling about this smaller one here. What is this, copper ore? Iron ore, okay. I got a good feeling about this one. What do we get? Oh, this does have an ore in it. Is that aluminum? Aluminum, okay. Well, anyway, that's a good way that you can find a bunch of different ores if that's what you're looking for. The solid meteoric iron really is the only thing that I was interested in. We have quite a bit of that, but I'm just gonna poke around here for just a little bit longer before we take off and try and get as much as I possibly can fit in my inventory. And we'll be back, guys. Diamonds! Alright, guys. Well, I wanted to show you this since this is kind of unique. Yeah, we got the solid meteoric iron here, but the amount of it, the amount of the stuff here, that's just crazy. I think if I were to mine all that, yeah, I wouldn't have the inventory space. Like, there's just so much of it, my goodness. So this was like 2 giant meteors kind of combined together. And yeah, I'm just vein mining it obviously all the way around it, trying to uncover and see like what all's here. And oh my goodness, it just keeps going and going, which is amazing. So this is pretty much all of the solid meteoric iron that we will ever need. So this is definitely quite the find. I did get a couple of smaller meteors that I found, or asteroids or whatever, that had like a few pieces, but this is kind of what we're looking for. This is one of those things like you find it once, you mine it all, and you are good to go. So yeah, definitely happy about this. Yeah, my inventory is not gonna be able to handle all of that. I guess we could mine some of this, and I'll stop just so my inventory doesn't completely fill up. Okay, we have some room in here. Let's put some more of that in here. Again, my ender pouch is kind of full to the brim. I think we're good on this stuff for forever. I'll just grab as much as I can carry, and I think we're good. I think that's all we are ever gonna need, man. That is so much of the stuff. Cool. Let's get out of the asteroid belt. All right, guys. So once again, we're in space. We just left the asteroid belt. I dropped off all of the meteoric iron that we had. It's like over 3,300 blocks after I filled up the chest full of this stuff. Yeah, so much of it. So our next stop now is Saturn. That's what we're going to with our tier 5. Let's go ahead and go to Saturn. Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. We just need to set up like a temporary base, a place where we can warp to that's nice and safe. And we have to go kill the boss. So these are all things we've seen before. It looks like this planet has some kind of a yellow liquid and a bunch of magma cubes all over it. Is those blaze? That looks like blaze. Okay. So pretty much the same type of nether mobs we've seen before. But as usual, we'll go ahead and make a safe little area down here where we can warp to and from this place. I'll put it on my map. I'll grab our stuff. We'll dig down and mine the resources that we have to mine here. But yeah, we also need to fight the boss while we're here. So let me get some things set up and get prepared, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so once again we're descending into the dungeon of this planet. This is Saturn. I just got done mining up a whole bunch of the rock here on the planet using our digital miner. I guess it saved all of the stuff inside the inventory. Whoops. Yeah. So we get all this Saturn, is that magnesium? Magnesium ore inside our digital miner here. So that's kind of nice. I actually didn't realize that it would keep the internal inventory like that. But anyway, we got all that taken care of. I made a little waypoint at the start so I know where our start is if we have to go back there to warp out of here for whatever reason. Nothing in there that I really want. Okay, I also want to make sure I have that on the hotbar just in case we need to warp out of here really fast for some other reason or whatever. Okay, so back to... we got regular monsters in here. I don't want any John Cena creepers. My goodness, these guys... Everybody else? Oh, you. We good? Okay. So it's another one of these creeper bosses, and I guess something must be broken with them. Because, again, we're going to have to free this guy. There we go. Just get rid of the ceiling. You know, as long as he's shooting the TNT at me, he can stay up there just fine. Yeah, we'll just keep doing this over and over again. So yeah, there's nothing difficult about these bosses. Just keep spam clicking at them. It's just like a gas shooting at you, whatever. We just need to grab... Oh, I'm gonna have a problem with my inventory. We just need to grab the key that this thing drops and get our schematic, and we should be good to go. I'm looking for my magnet so I can turn that off. Okay, I have the key on me. Let's get rid of that one block. Okay, so do I get everything that I needed? I think so. I really don't want the dungeon block on me. What we got back here? Okay, so here's our chest. No monsters, good. Let's open her up and see what we get. We got, yeah, our tier 6 rocket and some other random stuff. Nothing of much interest here. Okay, let's peace out and go to the next planet. All right, guys. Well, I got a bunch of these things going here. We're making the tier 6 plates. We're making magnesium into the compressed magnesium. We had the heavy duty plate tier 5 being made over here with the compressed palladium. Yeah, I've had to add these 3 in. As I'm looking at this and as we're expanding this whole Galacticraft thing out, I can't help but think it'd probably be easier if I redid everything so it works with the planetary logistics instead of doing it all with this conduit. It worked fine for this back row, but like coming back this way, it's kind of a pain to get the conduit routed the way we need it to be and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, I think it'd probably just be easier to tell Applied Logistics, hey, make me, you know, 24 tier 7 plates or something like that. Anyway, we might look at that sometime in the future. I might do that off camera. I'm not really sure, but here's our new tier 6 rocket, and something I didn't think I mentioned earlier. I have been doing a little bit off camera here since we have like all of our processors and stuff being automatically generated. Yeah, over here, having the processors is not really that big of a deal. I kind of rearranged this as well, and I have the processors underground and stuff, and we're not storing up, you know, 2,000 of each of these different circuits. But anyway, since we have like 2,000 of each of the processors always being stored, there's no reason to not expand out our applied energistics auto crafting. So I took a lot of time here, and I did fill out all of our stuff to the size that I want it to be. So a lot of these crafting co-processor units per one of these crafters, and I still need to upgrade these things to the 64K, but I think right now the crafting storage that we have is quite significant. So yeah, we're using the full 32 channels in each one of these corners. Remember, with this is only 7 tall, and then the other 4 channels we are using for these per each one of these sides. So yeah, all of this is now completed, which is pretty awesome. We could continue adding crafting co-processors if we want to, but honestly, I think that is going to be quite nice for what we're trying to do here for all the different auto crafting that we need. But anyway, our next step, our next stop is to the planet Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to see it. That requires our tier 6 rocket once we get the stuff from there. I think it is white gems, or I don't remember. Anyway, let's hop in the rocket. We'll head to that planet. I'll meet you guys there. Alright guys, so here we are entering the orbit for Uranus. It looks like there is that packed ice everywhere? I'm not really sure. It might be a special Galacticraft stuff. This is, yeah, it's just the surface rock. Alright, let's dig down like we do. We'll make our little safe hidey hole. I think there might be packed ice here. I'm not 100% sure. It kind of looked like there were the ice spikes over there, like you find in a vanilla ice spikes, or I guess a Minecraft ice spikes biome, right? I'm not sure if we can get that here. We might be able to, which is pretty cool. Oh, you know what I did forget to do? I forgot to get ourselves a pedestal. So we can't set these things down, but we can bind it. So I can do a shift thing right here. All right, so we can always warp back to this spot. And then I guess I can use this warp back and get ourselves a thing. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and get our pedestal set up. Yeah, I'll get the pedestal set up. I'll go down. I'll find whatever ore it is we need. We'll mine it out with the digital miner, and then we will continue on. All right, guys. So I went ahead and I set up our little spawn base over there like we do. And I dug down and I used our digital miner. Apparently, this is using like all the power in our base because this thing had run out of power. But on Uranus, we have a lot of crystal stone. and white gem ore. So both of these, I believe, are things that we need to proceed. So anyway, we'll be back to this planet later because there's a lot of stuff here that we need for the end game. So once again, to our dungeon like we do. Get rid of the skeleton. I don't want to get John Cena'd. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same kind of a thing. It's either going to be one of the evolved skeletons, maybe the creeper boss. We've seen the creeper boss 2 dungeons in a row, or I guess 2 planets in a row. I don't remember if it's always the same boss on every planet or if it's just random per dungeon. I don't remember how that all works. But anyway, we'll find out here in just a second what our boss is. Anything in this chest? Nothing good. Evolved ice slime boss. Whoa, I'm in lava. That was a mistake. So one shot, as usual, one shot kills everything. Okay, I think we got everything that we need except, whoa, what was that? There's like an invisible block there, I guess. Weird. Okay, I wonder if that's where the slime boss was. Anyway, so again, let's turn off the magnet because getting all these items drawn to us, yeah, that's not something that we really need to have happening. Let's turn that off. Let's make sure we get rid of things that we don't need. Too many monsters were coming after me, so I got like lots of monster drops and like loot bags and stuff on us. We absolutely do not need. Okay, I think we're good. Cool. All right, let's head on, and I believe we are guaranteed a schematic. It seems like it, except for the very first planet, where you get the moon buggy instead, that you're guaranteed the next. Yeah, so there's our tier 7 rocket schematic. Mega rubber saplings. I think we already had plenty of those. There's really nothing else here. Cool. Let's move on. So I said I was thinking about switching this over to applied energistics earlier. I still am thinking about it. Now here's the deal. In order to get to the tier 7, which we're currently making right now, we need the tier 6, the previous tier like we always had, and then we need compressed reinforced crystal. So what this is, we take these crystal ingots from the crystal ore that we got, right? And then we compress it down. 2 of those equals, I think, 2 of the compressed version, or maybe it just turns into 1, right? The problem is we're making these heavy duty plates twice as fast as we're making these things. And if these leave the inventory, which it will once this fills up, when these leave, the recipe's no longer valid, and then all of the item conduits will start pushing in all of these different heavy duty plate tier 6s, which is not a valid recipe. And what that does is that sends a chain reaction all the way down the line for everything else to start filling up so we can make more of these tier 6s. Yeah, so anyway, it's causing a lot of unnecessary resources to be made. We don't need all these tier 6 plates right now. We can use them, but yeah, we don't need them right now. So I have the tier 6 compressor over here. I turned this thing off so it's no longer extracting, and I can put in the things manually. In fact, you can see there's some hoppers here that I put in some things so we can fill up without having to continue to use our resources, because we are running low on some various different things with all of this excessive crafting that we've been doing. But I think this would be much better set up with a applied energistics, so there's always the correct amount. You order something that puts all the resources into the right one, crafts them, gets them, sends it to the next one, etc. If we need, 24 of one item, we say it, and then all of the different items get processed as we need them. I think it's just gonna be so much better. Again, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but now there's a real reason for doing it. These crystal ones, yeah, that's just a problem. If they're going half the speed of these things, yeah, the recipes are just gonna break unless we have a humongous amount of backlog of these the compressed crystals. Anyway, I'm gonna make our last rocket that we're gonna make for today. We're gonna head off to, what is the planet? Neptune. Yes, we needed the blue gems from Neptune for some of the future stuff. I think to get into any of the draconic evolution or any of this kind of stuff. So that is our final goal for today, our final project. I'll go ahead and make this rocket up, and then I will meet you guys in space. All right, guys, so here we go. We're on our way to Neptune. This is our final destination for today and hopefully for a while. There are quests to make the tier 8 and the tier 9 rocket. in the quest book. But we don't have to do that right away. Oh, what is this stuff? This looks like probably some not fun stuff. Is this gonna hurt me? Liquid nitrogen, and it does not look like it's gonna hurt. Okay, even though that's like what, negative 400 degrees. I don't know what it is. Anyway, something like that. So we'll grab this stuff. I'll grab that. Magnet on. Okay, so we got it. Let's dig down, and then we'll plug up the hole above us so we're not gonna drown in this liquid nitrogen. There we go. Cool. Which is weird. Hold on a second. Why are we gonna drown? We're in a planet that doesn't have atmosphere. We have oxygen gear on that allows us to breathe. Yet being in that stuff makes us suffocate? Okay, that's a little weird. I'll have to admit that. So this Neptune stone looks kind of cool. It's almost like lapis, but it's different, right? Almost. Kind of that same color-ish. Alright, so we need the dislocator. We can stick that right here. Now, generally what I like doing is setting the waypoint first before I place one, because if you misclick that and you warp back, you're just gonna have a bad time, right? So, okay, so now we're set to Neptune, so we have that. And then we can put our overworld one right there. Cool. I'm gonna dig down, get some of the blue gems, set up our digital miner, start mining it. The problem is that we're having right now, we're running out of power. Like we have, I don't know, 5 million, or is it 5 billion? I don't remember. Anyway, we're like pretty low. We're about less than 10% on power. We ran out of power on the last mining expedition. Like this digital miner uses a whole lot of power. So we will probably be able to mine a little bit. We're gonna drain all of our batteries. We really gotta look at getting more power, or I guess power faster than what we've been using the LPG. Like we're only making about 14 to 16,000 RF per tick right now. We need to start ramping that up a little bit. So we'll be looking at that here pretty soon. But anyway, let me go ahead and get our digital miner set up, get a little bit of the Neptune blue gem ore, this stuff right here. Oh, I also need to, I guess, set a dev null for the stone so it isn't fully on my inventory. There we go. Anyway, let me get some stuff done and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so yes, the entire planet is covered in this liquid nitrogen, and the same waypoint works, you just kind of got to fly down in this stuff. But anyway, we made it here into the don't you shoot me, or don't you hit me. Dang guys. I will murder you with my glowstone sword. Anyway, let's get over to the boss and just wreck its face real quick. None of these bosses are really difficult, especially once you've done them once before. As you guys seen, they're all relatively trivial. Yeah, don't need any of that stuff. So what do we got for a boss this time? It's another creeper boss that's gonna be broken. Yeah, that's really weird that these things are broken like this. But anyway, we'll go and vein mine the roof. Get access to the TNT, do like we do, take it down. And actually, you know what? We really didn't need to fight the boss just yet, but we're gonna do this anyway while we're here. So it turns out the resource that you get from the tier 7, or I guess from Neptune for the next planet, for the tier 8, is zinc. But I think we've been getting zinc either from sifting, like just a regular gravel, sand, and dust, or we were getting it from the crushed netherrack, because I know we've got zinc somehow before, but that's the material we need for the next one. So we don't really have to worry about that. So we were only getting the blue gems, which I guess I stored them all in the digital miner. Yeah, we're only getting the blue gems from here. That's all we needed. Okay, so we have our tier 8 rocket schematic, some white stones, nothing else good. All right, let's clean up the inventory and we'll continue on. Alright guys, so we spend a lot of time doing Galacticraft stuff today. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be touching that for quite some time. That we really need to grind that out to get to the blue gems. That's very important for, like I said, doing Galacticraft stuff. Now that we have those and we have access to Neptune, we can warp there, set up our digital miner, and just mine all of the stuff whenever we need the gems and stuff. So it's going to be pretty important that we have that done. So I'm glad we got it done. So we can go to our quest book here. I think it's the IOTA section. Yeah, we can claim the reward for a tier 5 rocket, so that's a chance cube plus a loot chest. We're going to claim that. I do have a couple other, I guess 4 other loot chests from previous that we did claim and we never opened them up. So we should have like 7 of these in our inventory here. Cool. So that's all of those things. Yeah, so we got these additional 4 from previous and then these 3 from today. So let's go ahead and open these up. Maybe we get something good. More chunk loaders and spot loaders. Those things work just fine. I like them. Skullfire Sword, Avaridia. Behead skeletons and scorches them black. It's only 7 attack damage. Does that make every single skeleton you attack with this like a wither skeleton and it drops the skull? I don't know. It seems interesting. Okay, so that's a unique thing. Did we get that one before? I seem to remember having that before. Maybe not in this series. Maybe I got it when I played this a long time ago on a live stream. Anyway, continuing on here, we got a ball of moss, cloud, and bottle, smashing rock. We've gotten those before. Laser focuses. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we definitely need to get into these different lasers and stuff from Mine Factory Reloaded. That's a unique reward. So we got glowstone glass walls. This one is typesetting table, printing press. We've gotten that a few times now. And then finally, we get growth pulsars. Interesting. What's the recipe for these? Are those expensive? Oh, Mangaloid stuff. So that is steel plus rich slag. That's a little pricey. Energized crystal. Oh my goodness. Right. So PRC LX500 logic expansion card. So that's mercury plus a diamond lattice. That's actually pretty good. That is pretty good. Ender crystal. Right. Lots of that kind of stuff. Cool. All right. Well, I don't know if we're going to get much use out of those. I think the growth pulsars you place underneath your magical crops and it makes them grow faster, but our magical crops grow pretty fast as it is. So maybe we'll get use out of it. Maybe we won't. But either way, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. Whew, lots of Galactic Craft stuff done. Hopefully we won't have to touch it for a while. Like I've said a few times now, I'll look at revamping this system because, yeah, we're just running into issues now. It was fine for the start to getting it automated, but now that we have applied energistics, we can make it much better, and I definitely am interested in doing that. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.